Hi, this is Pete Finazzo from Decision Fitness and Nutrition in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm on Tarryn TV.
Hey everybody, happy Monday, December the 21st. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. As you can see side by side, for the very first time, we're welcoming from Decision Fitness and Nutrition in Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Pete Finazzo. Pete, welcome to GoTarryn TV today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure to welcome you on. This is, again, like I said, the very first time that you and I are even talking face to face. And the first question I've got is in the background. I recognize that facility. That must be the TNT Fitness Studio in Duluth.
It is.
Excellent. And we have a couple of mutual acquaintances that we've got to give a shout out to out there. One is my very good friend from Family Life Center, Steve Collette, and who you work side by side with, I understand. And also my mentor, my guidance counselor, the person that I emulate after my personal training is Kathy Marshall, who also is out of TNT, of course.
You know, that's exactly what she is to me as well.
She's awesome.
On a daily basis. She really is my mentor. She's just amazing.
You're lucky you get to work there with her.
I know.
And that's awesome. So Pete, we reached out to each other mutually. I'm glad that we got set up here and networked in. This is a chance and opportunity for everyone out there to get the chance to meet you and learn about yourself. So I'll start right off with just a basic who are you, where are you from, and talk about how you got to Atlanta and into fitness and nutrition.
Well, you know, I'm probably like a million other dads out there, or maybe probably more than a million other dads out there. I got married, got three great kids, a great wife, been married for 25 years. I was in business.
Wow, that's awesome.
For actually, I don't know, 27 years. And, you know, and it was in a different business than this. It has nothing to do with this. But, you know, one day about a year and a half ago, I kind of caught myself from a side view in the mirror in our new house. And, man, I just saw the reflection of the side of my face. And I just thought, man, what in the world has happened to me? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to the guy that used to work out in college all the time, and I used to be in great shape, and so it's really funny too, because I've got this group of friends here in Atlanta, and we've been doing this for years and years and years. Every spring, Chuck will send out an email, you know, okay guys, throw in your $100, and we'd all have a contest to see who could lose the most weight. Okay, for like, it was a percentage of weight, and you know, and it was this miserable exercise because we would, you know, really buckle down for 2 or 3 months. It was miserable, and we'd get results, but they were temporary, and frankly, they were marginal results. And so what I've done is I've gone through this discovery process. I mean, I've got a long, long history of training and working out, but not on a professional level. And so I decided to really get into it, and I have really come up with the formulation. I'm talking between nutrition and actual building of muscle. And what happens is, and what I've figured out is that muscle, and this is really common sense, muscle is the engine that burns the fuel. And if you've got excess fat, that's simply fuel that you took in, carbohydrate that you took in, that your body just didn't have a use for at the time. And so your body stored it. It's going to do whatever is done to it. It's a machine. It's a biological machine. It's a system. And so I really have this really unique model, and it's so effective. And I've gotten it to the point now, frankly, I can pretty much eat whatever I want. I mean, not to a stupid level. I mean, but if I want to have some pizza, if I want to have some apple pie and ice cream, you know what? It really doesn't affect me, because I've put on about 12 pounds of muscle, and it's just enough to burn it off.
Good
And every
point. Yeah.
once in a while, I'll jump on an elliptical or something, but I really don't have to do much cardio because when I do my workouts, when I do my weightlifting, I do supersets, so you get your cardio in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that answers your question there or not, but that's the whole basis for, you know, what has prompted all this. So, um, and it's really a fascinating field to be in. I mean, my day goes by in 5 minutes. I can look at my watch and it's already 6:30 at night, and where did the day? But I'm from Anderson, South Carolina,
Oh,
uh,
okay. Okay.
and here in Atlanta now
Mm-hmm.
with my family. And let's see, what else did you want to know?
Oh,
Went to the
let's.
University of South Carolina.
Okay. Yeah.
Go Gamecocks.
There you go.
Get them next year. We don't want to have that conversation right now, do we? Uh,
There's always next year.
and that's it.
That's wonderful, Pete. Very good stuff. Let me ask you this: can we talk about your family? What's your family comprised of, and how do they like Atlanta?
Well, my son Tyler is down at Georgia Southern now. He's a rising senior. Is he a senior? This No, he's a junior.
Okay. Okay.
Down at Georgia Southern. In fact, he is now a team leader for the university for their audio visual department.
Oh, that's
You and him would
wonderful.
be peas in a pod.
Actually,
Uh,
yeah, that's true.
he
You're right.
is amazing, man. This kid, he's so smart. I'm just so proud of him. And then my girls, Rachel and Olivia, they're in school at GAC with my wife's actually a teacher there, Kimberly.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful. That's
and
great.
Rachel and Olivia are Rachel's a shout out to my daughter Rachel got Best Actress for the Georgia theatrical. It's not the Theatrical Association. It's the Georgia Thespian Conference. That's what it was in Gainesville.
Oh,
Best
nice.
Actress. How about that? I mean,
But
and
yeah,
she's incredible as well. And then Olivia, she's a little dancer. I mean, she's a ballerina. She does jazz and tap, and God, it's like a 6 day a week thing for her. So,
well,
but
wow. They,
very very lucky and blessed man.
yeah, you sound it. That's excellent. That keeps your hands full. So that's wonderful. And so getting back to your the first daughter, what was her name again, Pete? You said
My oldest daughter is Rachel.
Rachel. You were saying that she's into acting. That's a big venue for her here in Atlanta. A pretty good gold mine opportunity if she's going to go, forth with that.
Oh, she lives it too.
Mm-hmm.
She's a
Yeah.
lot like me in that whatever we're doing, we're completely into it. I mean, there's nothing, it's like complete focus on what you're doing there. And she is, man. She's
Yeah.
been accepted to several colleges already, and
Excellent.
she loves it. And it's kind of funny because what she doesn't understand is, she's used to getting lead roles
Mm-hmm.
or I mean major principal roles in
Mm-hmm.
any production, and if she doesn't get it, I mean it's catastrophic. I mean the highs are high and the lows are low. Thank goodness she usually gets a significant role, but if she gets something that's in the background every once in a while, man, it's it's a challenge. So,
Yeah. Where does she
but
get?
I will tell you that I also have a philosophy:
Mm-hmm.
a good loser is a loser.
Oh, okay.
So she does not take failure well, and that's in some ways that's a good thing. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it's called life, I think.
Very true.
Right.
Excellent. And then let me ask you this. Here's a personal question. How did you get into creating the name Decision Fitness and Nutrition?
That I'm so glad you asked me that, because this is not something that you're gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you're gonna give it your best shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds scary for people, but if you're just gonna see if you can do it, you may as well, run over to the varsity and get a chili dog, man. I mean, because I'm serious. I mean, because
True.
this is something that you have to make a decision to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be deliberate in your eating habits. You have in your preparation and your planning. You have to be unapologetic
Mm-hmm.
to the people around you that you usually go to the varsity for a chili dog with, or out to eat. I mean, you have to say, hey man, I'll go with you, but I'm on a mission here. I'm changing my body. In fact, my tagline is complete body rebuilds for a new life. And I will tell you, Tarryn, no kidding, I really do have a brand new life. I mean, I was fat. I had a couple of chins. It was, it was disgusting. I mean, it's awful. I've got some before pictures, but they'd probably take us off the air if I showed them to you. Probably mess up the Skype internet or something. I don't
Oh
know.
no.
But I really do have I'll tell you what, the most expensive part of this whole thing is I have to buy all new clothes.
Oh, that's
And
that's
I'm
a good
a little
problem
bit
to
of a
have.
clothes snob, but I really do. I have a couple of
Yeah.
hefty bags full of really fine apparel. I mean, nice
Oh wow.
slacks and jackets and suits and, you know, uh, but that's the most expensive part of it,
That's
which
excellent. Won't
that may be
complain about
appealing
that.
to some people. To me, I'm not real big on going out and buying new clothes, but it's something that you have to do because if you do what I've done,
Yeah.
your clothes will not even come close to fitting you. Uh,
That's
it's
awesome.
the truth. But
Yeah.
it's a process, and with my philosophy, I have a lot of philosophies, but one of my philosophies is that a good coach will tell you what to do, but he'll also tell you why, so
Hmm.
that you understand what you're doing and you'll understand I don't want you to be my client after a year, okay?
Hmm.
Once you've learned it, there you go. I mean, I'm always there for you. If you want to call me, or if you want to come work out, great. I love it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like if you take a golf lesson, the the golf coach, he's teaching you how to golf, but he's really teaching you how to coach yourself when you're out on the course.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
if you spray it into the woods, or you hook it, or you top it, or you hit it fat, or whatever, you'll be able to say, okay, I kept my head back too far, or my head came up, or I bent my elbow, or whatever. I was,
Yeah.
had too much movement, whatever it is.
Hmm.
So that's what this is all about. In fact, my clients, when I'm done with them, they could take a certification course and probably pass it
Hmm. Hmm.
because
That's
I teach
excellent.
them everything I know, and I'm always learning stuff too. I mean, I'm always digging to learn more. I think if you say you know it all, you're done anyway. I mean, because then you can't learn anything else, right? So,
Absolutely. It's
um,
key to be on education. I think that's
right.
key. Very good.
But the name decision that comes from the fact that you just have to have an ironclad determination to bear down and do it. And a lot of that has to do with me in coaching you and helping people understand. And this is where people kind of get derailed. They'll start a program, and after a couple months, they're not really seeing a lot of changes.
Hmm.
Now, if they could see inside their body, they'd be thrilled to death because when you first start going, man, there's all kinds of stuff going on in your body that you have no idea about.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
there's fat in your blood. There's fat marbled through your muscle
Hmm.
structure that has to be burned off.
Hmm.
People work out and then go look in the mirror the next day and think they're going to see something. It doesn't work that way.
Hmm.
Uh, but they have to, and that's where most people get derailed. They'll go on vacation or have to go to a conference, or they get sick, or somebody needs to do something out of the ordinary, and they're almost in their head. They're kind of looking for an excuse to derail, to kind of disconnect with the program,
Hmm.
and then before you know it, they're just off the program, and then they're frustrated again the next year. By the way, here's what I see all the time, or what I have seen. I don't see it with my program because my clients know about this because I inform them. But
Hmm.
what happens is, if you're working out for a month or two, um, a lot of times you're going to pick up 2 or 3 or 4 pounds.
Hmm.
And that's because muscle weighs 22% more than fat.
Hmm.
Okay, that's good. And frankly, by the way, I don't care about weight. I don't care what the scale says.
Hmm.
I care about what the measuring tape says. I
Hmm.
care what the mirror says.
Hmm. Hmm.
I care how your clothes are fitting.
Hmm.
Forget the
Hmm.
scale.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because muscle weighs more than fat, and
Hmm.
muscle is the engine that burns the fat. So when people, after a short period of time of working out, they stop working out, and they're hitting the scale because they're worried they're going to start picking up weight. Well, the opposite actually happens because now they're not working out anymore and they actually start to lose the muscle because they're
Hmm.
usually not eating the protein that they need to maintain it anyway. And they look at the scale and they say, oh, hey, this is awesome. I lost 2 pounds. And they can't explain it. They just don't know. Then the next day they lost another pound. And the next day they lost another pound. And for a couple weeks they're losing weight. And then, sadly, then it turns around and they start going back up because what's happened is they're losing the muscle that they worked so hard to put on, and now that's gone.
Hmm.
And now the economies of scale reverse, and now they start putting the weight back on because they're putting in all these carbs and all that fat. And carbs is the big culprit. It's really not the fat. I mean, fat's part of it. You know, the wrong fats. You
Hmm.
got to have the you actually have to have the right fats to lose weight. But that's what I see. And then the folks that are doing the no carb diet, that's an even sadder story.
Hmm. Hmm.
You have to have carbs in your diet. You just have to have the right carbs in your diet.
Right.
You have to have the low glycemic carbs, which is another subject. People don't understand the glycemic index and the high glycemic and the mid and low glycemic carbs and how they affect your body and how they affect what your body does with those carbs. And the timing is important as well. You know,
Hmm.
there actually is one time that it's appropriate to put simple sugars into your body. So that's another dissertation. I'm probably getting into some stuff that you didn't want me to.
No, I'm glad we're touching on that because, as we talked about, you and I, we're going to be tangenting off on those in separate video blogs, talking about nutrition, talking about accountability, motivation. I like those that you were suggesting. So those
Right.
are very appropriate. That's a little sneak peek for the people watching to stay
And
tuned
we want
for.
to get in the gym too, man. This is the
Exactly.
fun part.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
like
maybe
that.
we'll even do a couple of things in the kitchen.
I like that idea too. That's a
And
very,
it's
very
got
good
to be
idea.
livable. You know, it's you got to be
Hmm.
able to live it. You got to plan it.
Yeah.
You got to expedite it, and you have to, you know, you have to actually do this stuff. You have to go to the grocery store, get the Tupperwares, get the right
Hmm.
proteins, go in the kitchen, turn on a football game or turn on whatever you want to watch in the kitchen, and make a couple hours in the kitchen once a week, getting your food ready.
Yep. Hmm.
Um, so that you can stick it in the fridge at the gym and it's handy and it's ready, or at work, so that when you get hungry at lunchtime and you're not prepared, you're not wheeling it over there to the drive-through for a chicken sandwich and a frosty or any of that stuff. So
Or a
because you
frozen
know how we
orange.
behave when we get super hungry, if we don't have food, we'll just go for anything. And
Yeah.
I'm the president of that club. I'm all humans here. So, but you have to recognize that and understand what your behavior is if
Hmm.
you're not prepared, and there are repercussions of that. So,
And
you know,
that's how it comes down to being everyone's decision, basically.
exactly right.
I like
And
that.
but let me point out, this is not a life sentence. I
Hmm.
mean, if you're behind the eight ball, if you're overweight, if you're 30, 40 pounds overweight,
Hmm.
we won't even get into the discussion of type 2 diabetes right now because that's the big danger.
Hmm.
But if you're behind the eight ball, this is really cool. I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 in a minute.
Oh man.
But I spent 52 years getting fat. I can reverse that process in 6 months. That's a
Hmm.
pretty good deal.
That is, yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that once you get into shape, you can go over there and get a frosty if you want maybe once or twice a week. You can have some pizza. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter because now you've got the engine to burn the fuel. It's that simple, really.
Hmm.
So it's not that simple. it, the human body is very complicated, but it's fun. It's
Hmm.
fun to learn about it, and it's really stuff that everybody should know for the management of their own life. So I will say this, and you'll hear me say this probably often, but the overweight people in this country are walking around in a prison.
Mm.
I mean, they don't know it, but they're really in a prison, man. And it breaks my heart because I know what it's like to break out of that prison and I really do have a complete rebuild, and I really do have a new life. And so when you read my tagline, complete body rebuilds for a new life, I know that kind of sounds a little, I don't know, pie in the skyish, no pun intended, but a little flaky, but it couldn't be truer. It's really amazing.
No,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I have 10 times the amount of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Asking my family, I'm probably 10 times as happier than I've ever been. It's fantastic. So, uh, I hope I light some people on fire. That's really what I'm all about.
That's really good, and I can sense that energy, that positive, good enthusiasm too. So,
Well,
it
thanks.
and
And again, you haven't even gotten into the gym yet. That's the fun part.
yes, tell the folks if you don't mind, Pete, if they want to train with you, can you tell them where TNT Fitness is located?
Yeah, we're on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard at the intersection of PIB, Peachtree Industrial,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see, North Berkeley Lake Road,
Cool. Okay.
at TNT Fitness Studio, and uh, we're right next to Patton's Meat Market. Most of the people around here, everybody knows where Patton's Meat Market is. That's the place to get meat, and that's where we're at in
And
Duluth.
okay, great. And if they're watching Pete and they want to contact you directly, maybe they're interested in training with you, or they've got
Sure.
some questions about today's video blog. What's the best methods of contact to reach out to you directly?
They can call me at 404 786 1742.
Okay.
They can obviously text me at that as well, or they can email me at pete@decision.life.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
PETE@decision.life.
Ah, I like that. Okay, excellent. Well, this is good, Pete. We have scratched the surface of what's to come between, building our friendship and networking here between you. And I'm really happy and excited to get to know you, and can't wait to bring you back on and we'll talk about our next video blog discussion. We're going to go into one of those tangents that we were just chatting about. And this 20 minutes flew by so fast, I can't believe we're already at the end of the video blog. But again, I'm definitely strongly recommending everyone out there to contact Pete. And you're in the best high of regards with me, Pete, because anybody, Kathy Marshall, if she gives a stamp of approval to them, I know they're an awesome guy. And speaking to you here, I know that you must be. So that's well done. Very, very good. Keep up the great work there.
Thanks. I'll give her a hug for you.
Please do. Double big bear hug, please, from
Well, I usually just give her a one bear. I'm a married guy, so I'll give her a one bear hug. And so that works just fine.
That'll work. Yes, I like it. Well, yes, Pete, again, keep up the great work there at TNT Fitness, and we're excited to learn more about Decision Fitness and Nutrition when we have you back on here. So, again, thank you so much for joining us, Pete, and can't wait to speak to you very soon. And, folks, here comes Pete's contact information one more time. Get a pen and a paper and make sure you take it down. And Pete, we'll see you very soon, and enjoy, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday with a Happy New Year, too.
Likewise. Same to you.
All right, here you go, folks. Here comes Pete's contact info. Okay, everybody, that was Pete Finazzo with Decision Fitness and Nutrition out of TNT Fitness Studio in Duluth. And so I hope you enjoyed the video blog. Great to meet him for the very first time, have him on here on GoTarryn TV. And we'll be seeing a lot more of Pete in the next couple of months here as we move forward. And speaking of which, I can't believe that we're already here in the final week right before Christmas. I hope everyone's enjoying your Monday. And I hope all of you got your Christmas shopping done too, because the countdown's on right now, folks. So in the meantime, while you're doing your Christmas shopping and last minute sending out Christmas cards, I invite you to check out www.gotarryn.tv and bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser today, and tell the 2 people about that website today as well. And if you could, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, and follow GoTarryn on Twitter. That way you'll stay connected with Tarryn, the traveling trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who tells each and every one of you every single time that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for a very special Christmas Eve, December the 24th edition of GoTarryn TV with T-Bone, Tony and Uzi. We'll see you then, folks. Bye-bye.